International aerobatic superstar Aaron Deleu is here for his first air show performance in Northern California, turning the sky into his 10G blade.
Somebody say something in the chat so I can see if it's working.
Here is showcase one of the most unique, capable, and combat-proven aircraft, the MV-22 Ospreys. Team Beale showcases their U-2 Dragon Lady and T-38 Talon jets in what may be their last appearance in Northern California. You're going to want your cameras ready for this one, folks.
Hey, Mark. All right.
Because we have none other than the FA-18 Rhino TAC demo team showcasing the incredible maneuverability of that frontline fighter attack aircraft, courtesy of your United States Navy. As a special treat, they will give an encore with the always popular Navy Legacy flight in formation with a vintage Corsair. And finally, headlining the show in those 6 red, white, and blue jets celebrating their 73rd air show this season, your United States Air Force Air Demonstration Squadron, the Thunderbirds. So enjoy all the statics on the field today. Throw on the sunscreen. Keep sipping that water on this beautiful California day, and get ready for an afternoon of premier entertainment right here at Beale Air Force Base. Hello everyone, my name is John Huggy Huggins, and I am honored to spend the day with you, enjoying the spectacle above us. We got a ton of great exhibits on the ramp for your viewing pleasure, some amazing aircraft for sure. Be sure to check out our STEM exhibit. Yes, science, technology, engineering, and math. Right over here behind us, they've got the display set up. This is going to be one of the finest STEM setups you've seen at any air show. This isn't just for the kids, this is for the adults. Some great stuff that Captain Raven Grant put together. He's worked for about a year and a half on this setup.
We've got about 2 minutes till the aerobatics start.
Well, we will be kicking the show off here.
I'm going to upload a video of all the amazing planes they have here, and I think I'm just going to live stream the aerobatics portion.
Jump team and performed at a lot of venues all across North America, and he's going to be here to tell me a little bit more about parachutes. I don't like jumping out of perfectly good aircraft, Corey.
Can you check your phone, see if it went live?
Can you hear me now? There we go.
There we go. Yeah, jumping out of perfectly good aircraft, why would you want to do that?
In my opinion, there's no perfectly good airplane. You see duct tape and everything else on those things. I would rather have a parachute and be ready to jump out, personally.
Well, before us today, we're going to see the MV-22, MV-22 that took off just a little earlier from the United States Marine Corps. They'll be doing the fast, and we'll be sending some jumpers out with them.
Yeah, he's turning on to final right now, it looks like.
Tell me a little bit about the parachutes that we're going to see out there today.
All right,
you know, we'll talk about the look at the sky or whatever for a minute.
Correcting the aircraft if he needs to. He's checking the jumpers, making sure their gear is safe and ready to jump. And right about now, he's looking at that aircraft, spotting to make sure he has a safe place to release his jumpers. These are the RA-1s, and they're made to glide long distances so that we can, in combat, get out at a far distance where maybe the enemy's radar can't pick us up, and use the wind to fly ourselves over an area that we want to land using a GPS or a guided bundle of some sort.
Corey, you were telling me yesterday on some of the really high performance shoots, they'll jump 25 miles away from the target and glide in very quietly.
Yeah, if we got the winds and they're jamming 60 miles per hour, we can easily make 25 miles.
How high did you say they are up there right now, the aircraft?
They are at 9,500 feet and jumpers away. If you look up and you see these small dots, there's going to be 3 jumpers. They're going to be using precision acrobatics to fly their bodies closer together and link up in the sky. We got 3 good parachutes.
Now, Corey, before those chutes open, when you're free fall, what kind of speeds are you reaching?
Yeah, so we're falling at 120 miles per hour. Using the drag that you would feel just sticking your hand out the window, just imagine at 120 miles per hour.
Well, folks, we talk about these big, very high-performance airfoils. A lot of development goes into these, and the way they maneuver them so well is a concept that goes all the way back to the first plane that flew, the Wright brothers aircraft. They didn't have ailerons. They used wing warping, changing the shape And this is the 122 years later version of wing warping that our military special forces use to make these parachutes so deadly and so accurate.
Yeah, they have a true 4-to-1 ratio. So for every 4 feet they go forward.
Hey, Braylon, welcome.
With a forward speed of about 20 miles per hour. Right now you see them lining up and they're using S-turns to make their landing as accurate as possible. If you guys can see below, there's the DZSO standing on top of their trucks. They have a V out there telling them which way they need to land so they can slow that 20 miles per hour down to a 0 and land softly.
You know, Corey, I didn't know Aaron was going to come in here and start showing off in front of the jumpers right there, trying to take their glory here.
You know, I'm a little jealous. I was supposed to be jumping the American flag, but we had plane issues. But this is an amazing act. Aaron goes up there, he circles you, and you can see him just like reaching out to touch him.
That's incredible. We're going to see him a lot in just a little bit, folks, and we'll be talking to him on the radio very shortly. But right now, he's just flying formation around the jumpers and giving them a good wave.
And the jumpers are doing a great job of keeping themselves close together so that he can keep track of all 3 jumpers at the same time. Here shortly, we'll be starting the national anthem, and ideally, they'll be landing as the national anthem is coming to complete.
Folks, as we approach that, I would ask that if you are able to please stand, and once we start the anthem, gentlemen, please remove your hats. The singer we'll have today for the national anthem comes from right here at Beale. We have a senior airman, Mary Good, and she's from the 9th Physiological Support Division. They actually changed their name on, but we still call it PSD. Those are the folks that do the meticulous work on the pressure.
Welcome, Mr. Gray.
That all of the YouTube pilots wear. And all the physiological training with the altitude chamber. So, Airman Good, we're glad to have her up here, and she'll be giving us an a cappella version of the national anthem.
All right. So while the national anthem's playing, you'll see these guys continue to S-turn and get lower to the ground. As they get lower to the ground and they're at a safe altitude, usually about 12 to 15 feet, they'll start their flare. The big difference between these canopies and my own is that these canopies are made to glide long distances, so they're harder to shut down. But yesterday they were right on the money, and they'll do it again today.
So beforehand, I've seen at air shows they'll drop a ribbon out of the aircraft. What are they doing with that?
Yeah, those are wind drift indicators. So we throw those out. They're pretty much colored toilet paper that are at 20 feet long with a slight weight below it. We throw those out to see what the actual winds are doing on the ground, and that gives me an idea. Okay, the winds pushed them to the north. I need to get out on the south, equal distance.
All right, you guys are watching Aaron. He's got the aircraft literally hovering in the sky at full horsepower at 350 horses on that thing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, Jim, if you'll clear Aaron on out, please rise for the Star-Spangled Banner.
Where's the flag? I don't see a flag.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed
There, I found a flag.
at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glad, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
really turn the music down. If you're over there show right, you know there's no noise. They can hear you under the parachutes. Now take a look. A couple of the jumpers there are wearing U2 spacesuits. That's not an easy way to jump a parachute. You'll see those bright orange spacesuits on the second two coming down.
Yeah, it actually took them a little bit of training to get those things able to jump because they normally have a lot of wires and stuff coming out of them, hoses. So they had to test those in the wind tunnels before actually coming in and taking them to the sky. The weird thing that would be for the jumper is we like to feel the wind to know how to control our body. These guys can feel nothing behind those suits. So they did an amazing job and they're landing right on target. There we go, as the last jumper comes in, and look at the accuracy, right on it. Great job, guys.
That is amazing.
Stand by while I put the foam cooler on. Cheerio, I missed what that plane was. Hey, Dad, they quit playing the music, so I thought, all right, I'll stream. We're at the Beale Air Force Base just outside of Marysville. Pretty cool stuff. This guy's crazy is what he is. Crazy. I wonder what kind of smoke that is. Anyone know? Holy cow. Oh, please don't crash. This guy's nuts. He's crazy. Crazy. Whoa. That guy's nutty. Yeah, so far this guy's the badass of the air show. How's he not just barf in there? How's the footage? Can someone let me know if we're blurry, if I'm moving around too much? Let's zoom in a little bit. Awesome. Thanks, Deb. So happy you're here at the air show with me. Man. These upside down. I heard another plane. I got distracted. You know my. Look, there's a squirrel. I really hope this doesn't turn into one of those air show disaster videos, you know? This guy's nuts. I've been to air shows. I haven't seen one this crazy. I'm trying to keep up, Julio. Excuse me. Whoa, he's just hovering there. Wild. Hey, it's not easy, and once they get more than one of these planes up in the air, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Big crowd, little scan of the crowd real fast. You can't see all the people. All the people are hiding under the airplanes in the shade. People that way, people this way. They even got snipers on the roof. Check it out. Just in case anyone acts a fool. Uh-oh. Here comes the music.
Yes, I said you were going to come up here to the Raffle winner, I heard.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I won me a Raffle ride and in an aeroplane. It's going to be my very first time. And they say you don't remember your first time.
Very true. Can I get your name, sir?
Red Jeffro, REDJEFFRO. You can find me on the interweb on Busting.
All right, I'm going to stick you guys back on the tripod for a
All the way
minute.
from where?
Tennessee, Rockville, Tennessee. Yes, sir.
Red Jeffro from Tennessee, busking out here. I like it.
Yes, sir. And so, they told me to come on down here and find the yellow airplane, Method 7 or something like that.
Yeah, that's the one right there, the Method 7 Cub. We got Bannock out there. He's going to take you for a ride. There's Bannock right over there. And he's going to be your instructor pilot. You said your first time in an aircraft. You didn't fly out across the country or anything.
Absolutely. No, I'm terrified of it. It doesn't seem quite right. I mean, the physics are all wrong. You know what I mean? I ain't got no better. My bones aren't holler. I'm a fighting man.
Well, you're going to have a great flight. He's a great instructor, and it is a beautiful airplane. You're going to have a great flight.
Okay. Well, do you have any tips for me?
Yeah, just look out. I wouldn't be messing with your phone or anything. Just enjoy the view. But please, we're doing some stuff later with the aircraft with the pyrotechnics. So please don't touch any of the buttons in the aircraft. Just don't touch anything. Just let Bannock give you a good flight.
I'll keep my hands to myself.
All right, fair enough.
And I've been taking the Dramamine all morning.
Okay, good call. Good call.
That helps. It doesn't help you when I'm fishing.
Now when you're fishing,
No.
you do a lot of fishing out there?
My name is Dave.
Well, now you are here with us. Julio, welcome.
Get it now.
Yes, sir. That's why I stick to the picking and the grinning.
They got these crazy Lamborghinis and Corvettes and crazy cars here that you can rent. For $200, you get to make a lap around in it. Drive as fast as you want. As long as you're over 18, you have a valid driver's license. But you couldn't see the
So here we go.
track they were on.
You know? Okay, there it is.
Oh, I know that song.
Speed it up a little.
Oh, this music, I tell you. It's so American.
Well, we're good. Okay. You're going to have a great flight out there. So go down and hop on in. I think Jim, our air boss, is going to get you up right after Vicki Ben. We'll find a gap in the show. You guys go roll.
Wow, it looks like you can see like heat waves on the grass in this
It's brown out here.
shot.
It's always green.
Well, little brown. We'll get you up over the lake and everything and have a good.
Welcome everybody, hit the thumbs up
We get the knees a little bit, but
for the 2025 Beale Air Force Base Air Show.
Mr. Brandon he's okay.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Pretty good. I was hoping to say he's absolutely fantastic.
He is absolutely fantastic. He does a great job with that aircraft.
Okay, and he wasn't drinking all night.
He was drinking water all night.
This guy just
Okay,
decided
good,
to
good.
stand in front of us. That guy.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, have a great flight. Congratulations on winning the raffle.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our raffle winner, Red Jeffro.
There's nothing to look at yet, so
He's
just
quite the
stay
banjo picker.
tuned, everyone.
Get him up there and flying with our air boss, Jim Gibson, our air boss. Our air boss is the guy that's the.
We're in a little intermission of sorts.
He's over here. He owns the airspace. Cleared the MV-22 in for its landing.
If you're new to the channel, say hi in the chat. Click the like button. Hi.
All right, Clark, we'll bring the music back up. It's not going. We'll bring it right back on up. I guess it was that I just did here. Sorry about that. Big shout out to our shorty sponsors for the event.
I'm gonna upload a video soon, next couple days, and show you guys all these awesome Air Force planes that they let us check out, like this giant bomber. Just watched the Osprey parachute jumpers and one of those little smoke making twisty planes. I don't know if you can see, but way down there are all the jets lined up that are going to do some awesome aerobatics, formations, whatnots. Check out this little mobile airplane. There we go. Anyway, it's really hard to film an air show. You see people like this with like giant cameras. They're just getting like still shots. That's one thing. But to have a live stream going, trying to avoid the music that seems to be coming out of way too many places. This might be the biggest plane here. It's huge. Out of Travis Air Force Base. Thunderbirds, thank you. Yes, that's what they're called. Go climb around in that B-52. These lines in them are so long and it's so hot and claustrophobic, like I just don't even want to. If you watch my video coming out soon, you will see I did go in far enough to get some photos. So, you know, at least we can see what looks in there. I didn't do the walkthrough, but I did get some photos. Here's a Blue Angel.
It was first flown in 1960, and this girl raced her durable design and surprising speed.
Man, it is stinky out here. You can really smell these fuels. Look at this one. He's going so fast. Ooh, sonic boom. Did you hear that? Or no, it wasn't a sonic boom. It was some kind of explosion over there. Explosion. Anyway, back to this Blue Angel. Cool is that? Are we blurry at all? Am I moving around too much? Let me know. If it's good, I'm just going to keep moving. It's a different crowd than we're used to. Probably got people from Marysville, Sacramento, all over. Well, we don't want to look at people, do we? We want to go look at planes. But this way, see, I can get you guys to watch my video. Well, we will check out all the planes in the video. For now, we're just waiting for crazy flyovers. There we go. Gnarly. I don't know why they keep setting off these little bombs when they go by. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Thank you, Julio. Welcome, Philip.
Now, Dave Johnson's Jr., the renegade aviator, this actual jet, laps on the course miles per hour. He's actually outrunning many of these supposedly faster L-39s on the circuit. Now, the upgrade that Dave has for the renegade aviator, weight reductions and land avionics, he says the best is yet to come.
That guy's not even joking. There is lots of diaper bags and umbrellas here.
Now, Dave is a former U.S. Marine, an airline captain, a test pilot, flight instructor, motivational speaker, has over 20,000 hours in the sky.
All right, any minute. I'm going to fly back by. Yep, here he is. There we go.
Dave flies with precision, purpose, and an edge, just like the name.
Can you guys hear the announcer?
Dave's message is simple and powerful. Shut up, and be excellent. And it's not just a tagline, it's a mission, he says. Whether you're flying jets or chasing your own dream, you don't need permission to be great. You just need purpose and action. And as part of that mission, Dave is also promoting the STEM education at every air show. They said earlier, we have a great STEM exhibit set up over there. Dave and his team are part of that today. He partnered with youdiscovermath.org.
Security. There we go. Somebody's busted. Doing something stupid.
Head on over to the STEM exhibit after Dave flies or after the show. Go meet him and his crew and we'll get you set up with a free ebook. You can find out more about the Renegade Aviator by searching him on social media. Renegade, the letter A, letter
All right, here he comes again. I'm not sure what this plane is. This announcer guy probably said, but I don't remember.
How do you guys like the pyro today? Is that a pretty good addition to the show?
The pyro? I don't know. Is this necessary?
Well, you're going to feel the heat later. They're just warming up out there in the pyro field.
Hey, look, I also want to point out that there are thunderstorms popping up today over in the mountainy areas. That is exciting. That makes me happy. As long as there's rain with them.
Behind the scenes. So please thank them, support them, and be a part of something greater.
All right, I'm going to get cozy and stick you on the tripod for a minute. I'll be right back.
Give a shout out to his crew chief, Ty Irwin, and of course, Mrs. Renegade Aviator Laura Costa, who's also right here in the show today.
This is like really a safe venue, like the Air Force personnel trolling every which way. They are everywhere. I'm sure there's undercover ones too. Woo! That was a gnarly fireball. That one had more oomph to it.
Feel the history, feel the speed, and remember this, the sky isn't the limit, it's just the beginning. While Dave's maneuvering out there, remember to head on over for the Top Gun experience over there with Dewey and the crew. Yeah, that's a real F-18 cockpit. Yeah, that airplane actually did fly with the Blues for 4 years, from 94 to 98. He'll get you set up in there, and he'll get you some great shots. So go see them over there right in front of the hangars. Also, Precision Exotics will be rolling all day long.
There we go.
Taking you out in one of their exotic cars. So don't forget, we've got some great YouTube swag over there, right? The YouTube pilots are out there selling T-shirts, hats, all kind of YouTube stuff, and the stuff they actually carried up in the YouTube. So go find some of the stuff that's been flown to altitudes of 70,000 feet. On that note, a little bit later today, the YouTube that we saw take off, well, that's Twist, and he's going to bring the YouTube by for a very unique flight. We'll say more about that here in just a little bit.
I'm good. I don't want to get the stuff wet. Mom, stop.
Sorry, I didn't think I got you.
Yeah, Danvin. They're setting off little pyrotechnics as the planes fly by. I guess give it a little bit
Coming up
more
a little bit later, we've got some good
excitement.
We've got the YouTube flyover I mentioned, KC135 and the C17 demo. We're getting an update on the C17 had a maintenance issue. Their maintenance crews are working on it to try to get the aircraft ready for the show a little bit later today. We're going to bring you some departures, some more Beale aircraft instead of what we call the 9th.
Welcome, Casper. How are your wildfires doing?
Also, Jason Soames in the MiG-17. Aaron, who you saw earlier, that beautiful extra aircraft, that super high performance, he's going to come back and give us his full routine. More black jets in the sky. The Marines will be back with their Osprey. We've got a lot of stuff coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. Started out loud, and it's going to be louder as the day goes on. Also, a big shout out to our sound guy Claude down here with AIRSHOW Sound, setting up the beautiful sound you hear up and down the line. If you can hear my voice, it's because they did a great setup on there. We're appreciative to have him out here all the way in the West Coast. He traveled all the way out from the Midwest to come do this show. Also, I want to give a shout out to investigator Dylan Cruz Reyes' 26th birthday. Investigator Dylan Cruz Reyes is part of the 9th Security Forces Squadron, and I just want to wish you a very happy birthday from all your friends in the squadron. For anyone that gets lost, you can head over all the way to the far left. Show
Yes, that is the Sutter Buttes. Way over there. There they are. We're like directly east of the Sutter Buttes.
Over there, you can pick them up over there. In that case, it would actually be a lost parent.
We got to charge for a minute, so I don't have my mic on. So I don't know what you're going to hear or not hear.
She's a skydiver. She's an aerobatic champion. She's a Reno racer. It's none other than Dr. Vicki Ben.
Hold on.
Vicki's 30 years of flying spent 10,000 hours of flight. She's got a passion for everything it is. started skydiving in college and it ignited her passion for everything aviation, later earning her private pilot's license in an old tailored craft in Watsonville, California, her hometown. Now, Vicki's steerman was built in Tulsa, Oklahoma. In 1940, the aircraft company to be used as a military trainer. It served over 2 bases. Where hundreds of pilots learn to fly, and look as he keeps these aerobatics all below about 800 feet. In February of 1946, after the war ended, this plane was transferred to Central California and sold by the government for $770. The airplane's never fitted in with a 450 horsepower Pratt & Whitney R985 engine and converted it to a clip duster, where it was used for spraying operations here in the local area. That ended in 1973. The aircraft was put into storage. 17 years later, 1990, the plane was taken back out and restored in Yuba City.
Hello? Hello, honey.
Aerobatics category.
Air show at
Vicki bought the aircraft in 1998 and bases a Pine. Now, except for the engine and the smoke,
Yeah,
the
Mom
first
scared.
remains over that original built 85 years. Instead of 4. Most aircraft on the air show so steering have 4.
Alright, this isn't working.
You'll see
Can I
there
call
on
you
the
back?
top wing, but because of that, it's pretty much 2 hands to fly this aircraft, because she said it is a physical workout to make this aircraft move. And that roll rate right there, that's the maximum roll rate of the aircraft.
I can't hear her.
The aircraft, that is not actually the engine. That is the propeller. The propeller tips are going supersonic, and we're getting now, without an inverted fuel system, Vicki's engine will quit if she holds the aircraft upside down or goes 0 G floating in the cockpit. Now, she's learned to keep positive G's on the aircraft at all times, just as World War II pilots would have done. Now, near the end of her routine, she's going to show you that. She's going to take the aircraft up, take it to 0 G going uphill. You're going to hear the engine sputter, backfire, and she's got to go, and she'll actually shoot a pretty big flame out of the exhaust stack. It's pretty cool. I wanted to give you a heads up that it is totally normal. California Aeronautical University is training the next generation of pilots. Their main campus is in Swisson, it's down in Kern County. They've also got new flight centers in Ventura and San Diego counties and a campus in Phoenix. They look students on the fast track pilot careers. Designed and very, very quick. They start flying in their first term and earn a degree while building flight time and do it all within about 3 years. They get 6 certificates and train on the university's own fleet of aircraft. Now, CAU is a partner with United Airlines as well as some regional airlines, and they offer a direct streamlined route to get to work for the airlines.
Hi, child. We're watching airplanes at Beale Air Force Base.
Bachelor's degree in aeronautics. So get on over and check out C. That's at calaero.edu to learn more and how you make it into one of their installed programs.
This is a female pilot.
CAU and Vicki Ben have a great partnership because their mutual love of aviation allows them to introduce people at the air shows to careers as professional pilots or other areas within. Vicki raced in the jet class of Reno back in 2013 for the first time and became Rookie of the Year. And in 2015, she became the fastest woman in the history of the Reno jet races with a speed of 469 miles an hour. If you're asking about the smoke system on these aircraft, it's pretty simple. It's actually non-toxic. It's a paraffin wax-based smoke. The aircraft is set up with its own smoke tank with this smoke oil in it, and all they do is inject the oil into the hot exhaust, which turns it white. So if you get the smoke on here, you're breathing it, it's paraffin, it's completely non-toxic and not an issue. Isn't that right, Jim?
Hit that like button.
I think this is where Vicki's going to get the engine to pop.
Elizabeth, I'll call you when we get home, okay?
Jump radio, you're ready for that.
Here, hold this.
Oh, Vicki's going to bring her security back in for a landing here in control. Actually, she's going to come back to the fuel. She'll be taking off the party to show. We'll be a little bit later in the middle of the show. Oh, that's right. Okay, folks. Vicki's not going to land right now. She actually challenged, it was Metro. She challenged Metro, one of the YouTube pilots, to a drag race.
Elizabeth called, but I can't hear
So
her.
he's down there in the YouTube chase car on the other
I
side of the
couldn't hear her.
hill.
What's going on?
So you can see Vicki just dropped down to the side of the hill. So get those cameras ready. They're going to come ripping across the top of the hill where that man is.
I can't talk to you because this is live.
We're going to have a little surprise for you when they pass the White Hat Show Center. You want to have those cameras ready.
Welcome, O'Hare Aviation. Here at the 2025 Beale Air Force Base Air Show.
It's right there, Ron.
What?
See that? Did you feel that?
Is this the safest place you could be with all these federal agents and like people walking around? Like how many undercovers are there? There's these snipers on the roof, like I think they're just making sure everything's legit.
Jim Mayer wants to send a little break in the action. We're going to get Red Jeffro out there, give him his Raffle ride coming all the way in from Tennessee. We're going to get Vicki on the ground first, and then he'll go head out there, and we'll move into our next act. We're going to have a U2 flyover, a special flyover with the
U2's coming here in a minute.
Captain, it was Garrett Chapman, Captain Garrett Chapman, call sign.
No, that wasn't a crash, Deb. That was just the pyrotechnics to make it like more flashy or whatever, like more exciting, I guess. It has no plane crash has occurred.
Look at this. We got a contrail across the sky. As he comes along up there at 70,000 feet, you'll be able to see it, but we'll see if we can get a hold of him on the radio and see how the view is from up there.
It kind of scared me too. Look at this smoke cloud still. I'm charging right now, so I can't put the mic on.
All right, we got an issue out here. What happened? He's in the airplane by himself.
Oh my God.
Right now too. He's at full power. He's never flown an airplane before. Ben, if you should get out there and try rescue 82, please. Oh boy. All right, Jim, I think you're gonna have to start diverting aircraft and maybe Vicki or whoever, if they're still in one, I wasn't even paying attention. Oh boy, he better pull up on that. All right, folks, we're gonna put the air show on hold here just for a second until we can figure out how to get this aircraft down with this Raffle winner fella in there.
There's always some like corny shit at air shows.
Hold on, we've got something going on here with the J3 Cub. It's going crazy out here. You got it. All right, we got him out there. Hey, what's going on up there? What's this guy doing? Yeah, he was a passenger of the aircraft. He got the plane off the ground by himself. You mean this is not act? No, this is not. This is a really good. I know you're out there in the fire fields, but just hopefully you won't go down in the...
I've heard of this guy too, Melissa.
We get dynamite all over out there. Hope you stay down. Get your folks out on the field.
They got like fake cop cars out on the field.
I got the roof. Most shots all set up out there. We got a whole field. Gotta keep them away from that red button. Okay, keep away from the red button. Red Jumper, can you hear me on the speaker? That's what I signed up for. Relax, just relax. Basic rules is push the stick forward, the houses get bigger. By gun, and if you pull the stick back, the houses get smaller. Okay, I got that figured out. I got right and left. Yeah, just roll right and left. Just with that stick going right and left. But let's not get it too rolled up. I'm pumping it right and left, not doing right. Oh yeah, I see the way it's dragging it, but you're gonna hold the stick in and let it roll. Oh, okay.
They got like all this fake radio traffic bullshit too. Oh, so corny. Can you guys hear this?
Make sure you're sticking with the button that you're pushing down, and that's how you talk to me. Okay, how about this? No, that's the right button. Don't push that. But I'm trying to see me down on this. No, do not step on the brake pedal. That's the motor. Oh! I found the stick back. I just told my guys to clear field. He's setting my stuff off.
Thank you.
I got to sink the bill. We'll see what happens next. Alright, let's see if I can talk him down the landing on the taxiway. Go back in the flight instruction. Let's see what we can do. You know, Logan, get the speed on her. It's a lot easier when you get the speed on her. Well, I'm playing out there on a whole lot of speed, but just keep doing what you're doing. Oh, don't get too close to the ground, please. It's like button buster. It's like button buster. I was a champion button buster back in Tennessee. I got the vehicles. Stay away from those vehicles out here to the left and try to help me in case this doesn't end up well. Okay. I think oh boy. It's really stressing you out, Logan. All right, Hey, okay. So you want to get down real close. There you go. Breathe. Oh boy. Oh boy.
That's funny.
All right, Clark, you can kill the other watch. We're going to leave the VHF on. Okay, I got you. Cheese up there. The YouTube pilots have a space food. Comes in a, well, look, it's got tube of toothpaste. There's basically baby food in there. I'll get right back to you, Chris. Twist is up there, Captain Garrett Chapman, but the food they have up there, all kind of about 20 or 30 different flavors they have. They can't open up the space due to the plastic straw and a tube of toothpaste. And the food is presented that way, not the most appetizing choice, but they seem to like it. As they say, the food itself is made by Gerber and the packaging by Generation H. Well, the look up high overhead, twins will be in aircraft 336. They'll start forming the contrail. And of course, we don't see the contrail just yet. We're taking a look for you. It's the range for Beale. Oh, yeah, we're about 20 miles south. Folks, these are the aircraft called, it's aircraft tail number 336. The original U-2s. All right. The first 55 U-2s that were built was the C model variant.
That's not going to show.
And if you look on base, you'll see one of those here parked at the base across from the police's office, the wing commander's office. Take a look high overhead. You'll see the dual contrails coming out right now.
You guys aren't going to be able to see that. You're going to have to wait.
70,000 foot flyover. You don't see that at too many air shows.
Well, they're sure hope good news are enjoying the show because they're sure looking up around here.
That's awesome. What kind of speed are you giving us right now?
I can get a feel over 450 miles an hour here.
Sounds beautiful. The aircraft he's flying now was part of the first production of aircraft in the late 1960s. The aircraft was built much bigger than the original. It's about 30 to 35% larger than the original aircraft, but they only built 12 of them. Of those 12, 8 have been wrecked, and this is one of the first surviving aircraft.
Oh, my hat won't fit.
The other aircraft we'll have flying today, a little bit later, and this aircraft, these two aircraft flying today, this is their last flight. These aircraft are probably being retired after they land. It's due to the hours on the airframes. As I said, this aircraft here was delivered to the Air Force in 1969, making one of the 4 oldest U-2s still flying today. That twist burning across right at Show Center.
All right, Huggy, you'll have a good one.
Hey, Claude, we can kill the music if you need to. I'll go back to music. Thank you. Well, folks, if you take a look to the left, this is the KC135 Stratotech preparing to take off for their demonstration. This KC135 hails from the 97th Air Mobility Wing in Alpine Base, Oklahoma. We'll see you again soon as they prepare for their air refueling path through the C17 Globemaster 3, launched them as they take off. It's very similar in its DNA to the Boeing 707. I was corrected by some 135 pilots. It is actually a very different aircraft, but yes, a derivative in many ways from the 707. It was the U.S. Air Force's first jet-powered refueling tanker.
Alright, I think a big guy's getting ready to take off.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, up next, the U.S. Air Force's Air Education and Training Command C17 and Aerial Demonstration Team, also hailing from Altus Air Force Base, Oklahoma. It's my pleasure to present to you the Air Force's newest airlifter, the Boeing C17 Globemaster 3 on the roll. The demonstration today is commanded by Captains Erica Joffrey, Andrew Butler, and Chris Brown flying the profile. The Loadmasters are Staff Sergeants Dakota Maynor and Daniel Lawrence, and together they have a combined total of over 12,000 hours in various U.S. Air Force aircraft. The crew is going to power up and provide a max effort takeoff and climb demonstrating the ability to operate out of short, austere airfields.
I hear it. I don't see it. Where's it at?
Otherwise, show center, ladies and gentlemen, while the C17 takes off. We've got Eric Tucker and the family up there. The C-17 made its first flight in September of 1991. Since then, the aircraft has set over 30 world records, including payload to altitude, time to climb, and the longest airdrop mission in history. The new age design includes a modern, computerized glass cockpit, heads-up display at both pilot stations, and an advanced cargo handling system, allowing it to operate with a crew 1/2 the size of a similar cargo-carrying aircraft. This aircraft carries 45,500 gallons of fuel that the C-17 can take. If you took it to your local gas station where you put the car, it's putting in fuel required about 10 gallons a minute, I would guess. At a rate of 10 gallons a minute, it would take you 60 hours. Yeah, 2.5 days to fill up the C-17. The aircraft are also flown by the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, India, NATO also has one or two of them that they share, Kuwait, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates. Mission completion rate on the aircraft up to 92%. And the man hours of maintenance and flight is only about 20 to 1. Very, very efficient, very, very reliable aircraft. Now to start off today's demonstration, the crew will perform a high-speed pass when the aircraft is capable of accelerating the speed to 350 miles per hour. This pass will demonstrate the extremely powerful engines of this magnificent jet. From the right, the C-17 demo team, the high-speed pass.
Sorry, trying to get this back on the tripod.
That quiet help gives it a tactical advantage while flying low over hostile territory. And for domestic operations, it makes it much more friendly for the people that live near heavily populated areas around airports. The airlift combines the intercontinental cargo carrying capability of large aircraft like the C-5 Galaxy with the short field landing potential of the much smaller C-130 Hercules. Now, the aircraft looks familiar. Yeah, it's exactly like the aircraft you see on the ramp behind us here on static display. The one on static from Travis Air Force Base, just 60 miles or so down the road. The C-17 is powered by 4 Pratt & Whitney F-117 engines. Now, these are the same engines used on the Boeing 757. Each engine delivering over 40,000 pounds of thrust. This amount of thrust allows the globe master 3 to carry over 170,000 pounds of cargo. Doing the math right, that's 85 tons that it can carry. 85 tons, the equivalent of 7 school buses or 1 M1 Abrams tank. And they can do that for an astonishing range of 2,400 miles without even refueling. That's roughly about here to Nova Scotia. The aircraft is now going to slow and give us the slowest speed pass at a speed of only about 120 miles an hour. wing leading-edge slats, the large, powerful wings on this aircraft, the flaps on the back, they're going to change the shape of the wing to give it more room to allow it to fly slower. These are the key to its low final approach speeds, enabling the aircraft to land and stop at a very short distance, much like aircraft of a smaller size. Now, as they come by, you'll hear the aircraft at a lot of power. Those flaps hanging and the drag, they get the called induced drag from flying so slow, developing that lift. They actually have a fair amount of power to fly slow. With the plane cleaned up, that same amount of power would probably have the aircraft up over 300 miles an hour. There are 222 C17s in the U.S. inventory out of 279 that were built. The C17 will now maneuver for a circle over the airfield, showing its ability to fly at slow speeds and demonstrate its advanced aerodynamics in action. Digital flight controls on the aircraft. Keep in mind, there's not a yoke on this aircraft. It is a stick aircraft. Both pilots have that, and as we said, they have the heads-up display on in front of the yoke, in front of the stick, I should say, behind the wing. All that information that they look at, altitude and airspeed, is all projected up on the heads-up display for their audience, so they can look outside the entire time and have that data, not having to look inside the cockpit to read it. This quadruple redundant fly-by-wire system is combined with 4 separate flight control computers, each capable of controlling the entire system individually in the event of failures. They optimize the capabilities of the C-17 that maintain enough redundancy to protect against a wide variety of issues that could happen in combat. Another feature of this amazing flight control system is that the aircraft can be flown entirely in a mechanical backup mode, further safeguarding the aircraft against abnormal situations. Now, as they approach show center, look at the turned up wingtips. Those are called winglets. They decrease the drag on the aircraft and increase fuel economy. To give you an idea of the size of this aircraft, those winglets are 9 feet tall. Size of the aircraft in perspective, the wingspan 170 feet, and that tail on the aircraft is over 5 stories tall. Fully loaded, it weighs almost 600,000 pounds. As you can see, the C-17 is extremely maneuverable at both high and low speeds, making it easy to operate in any tactical situation. The heavy-duty landing gear of the aircraft you saw a little earlier on the slow-speed path allowed it to land on surfaces such as cement, sand, dirt, and even ice. The C-17 has landed in Antarctica on the ice runway down there. It's a task that they've done many times. They've headed over 180 countries around the world, and the C-17 has landed on every continent. Also, Air Force crews are trained on the use of night vision goggles, allowing them to operate while in unlit, austere conditions around the globe. And they definitely own the night during combat operations, which, as you know, move more towards nighttime because U.S. forces are so skilled at using night vision systems as compared to our adversaries. The C-17 is now going to rejoin with the KC135 aerodynamic team for the aerial refueling pass, and that will have the KC135 demonstration. The 97th Airborne Motorway at Alpha Air Force Base, Oklahoma, has the unique mission to train the world's C-17 and KC135 pilots, the loadmasters, and the boom operators. Every year, over 2,000 students graduate from the rigorous training course at Alpha. To showcase some of the unique training the KC-135 and C-17 aircraft here will begin flying an aerial refueling pass, demonstrating the formation skill required to precisely fly on aerial refueling. The history of aerial refueling going back 95 years to Meridian, Mississippi, where the key brothers began experimenting with it in general aviation aircraft. They are the ones that got it going, and America has continued to develop the technology to what we have today. As we said, the aircraft can go 2,400 miles unrefueled, but with the air-to-air capability it has, it can go anywhere in the world non-stop. Air Force personnel routinely fly 24-hour missions with a single crew, and obviously with the air refueling capability. However, the basic crew complement to operate the C-17 is simply 2 pilots and 1 loadmaster to handle the cargo. Now, if you direct your eyes to the right, you'll see there 135 and the C-17 starting to rejoin and turn back for the airfield. Normally accomplished upwards of 20,000 feet in the air, they're going to give you this amazing aerial refueling demonstration at just 1,000 feet from the runway there. This formation permits the KC-135 to transfer fuel to the C-17 in the air, and ultimately allows both aircraft to enhance the aircraft's primary missions of global reach and global power. Air refueling allows aircraft to fly around the globe in a matter of hours without the need to land. Both crews are comprised of formal training instructors from the mighty 97th Air Mobility Wing. These aircraft will come by at 1,000 feet and 300 miles per hour. And following this low altitude pass, you see both massive aircraft on the tanker pilot's command. Get your cameras ready, folks. The 135 has the boom out. C-17 is what they call pre-contact position. The pilot C-17 look at the light system that's on the back of the belly of the seat of the KC-135 to give them a light guidance on where the position of the aircraft will.
Where are they? Alright.
And if the KC-135 does look good, yeah, we have 6 or 7 of the
Sorry.
field with the reserve component, the 940th Air Refueling Wing. As the aircraft break up the formation, the KC-135 is maneuvering for its landing attitude information. The KC-135 pilots for today's show are Major Scott Cronin, Brendan Keeper, and Jake Cable. They're assisted by boom operators Technical Sergeant Alex Esquivel, Eric Lucio, and Staff Sergeant Thorne Fritz. The Strato tanker provides core aerial refueling capability for the U.S. Air Force and has excelled in this role for more than 60 years. First entering service in 1965, the KC-135 has served proudly in every major Air Force operation since the Vietnam War. The KC-135 provides aerial refueling support for the Air Force, Navy, Marine Corps, as well as allied nation aircraft. The 135 carries up to 200,000 pounds of fuel, about 30,000 gallons.
There it is.
A skilled boom operator can offload enough fuel in 60 seconds to provide the average American car with a year's supply of fuel. And with this capacity, the KC-135 will be able to refuel over 1,800 cars. right, you can see the KC135 making the right turn. They're maneuvering for a low-speed pass. They'll take it out to 10 feet above the runway surface. Those big CFM56 engines and low-hanging engines on the aircraft, they provide only 18 inches of clearance on the ground when they land. And this landing demonstration performed to show new pilots of the 135 a proper landing picture for a safe touchdown. The 135 when landing is limited to 4 degrees of bank upon landing, making it very challenging to land the aircraft in windy conditions. Anything more than 4 degrees of bank, and you will scrape the inboard engine off the ground.
There it is.
Flying there a little bit, we're down to about 6 or 8 feet coming out of the runway. Just giving the students the practice before they actually give them the touchdown. Climbing on up, retract the gear. Take a look to the left. The C17 will show you a short distance full stop assault landing. The aircraft is flying at just under 120 miles an hour. Hang on those flaps at 5 degrees. They'll land, get on the anti-skid brakes, get on the thrust reversers, and get it stopped. They got that stopped in just a little over 1,000 feet. How about a round of applause for our C17 Now, all the aircraft you see today are examples of those flown by U.S. Air Force operational air crews on a regular basis, as they provide the highly responsible and flexible airlift capability for us and our allies. Named after the Douglas C-74 and the Douglas C-124, i.e. the Globemaster II, McDonnell Douglas C-17 is the Globemaster III. Harkening back to the history of those two wonderful aircraft. Air medical missions are also a tremendous capability. The C-17 can expeditiously move injured patients to major trauma centers, while acting as an airborne hospital to save or stabilize. Unit cost of the aircraft in 2007 was $220 million.
Yeah, we're in a few.
As the KC-135 is in the left turn over show right, they'll be maneuvering to land. Air Mobility Command manages an inventory of 414 Stratotankers, of which the Air Force Reserve and the National Guard fly 235 in support of AAC mission. This aircraft is also capable of transporting litter and ambulatory patients. The 135 boasts a wingspan of 130 feet and a maximum speed of 513 miles per hour. The aircraft can reach a ceiling of 50,000 feet.
All right, we're gonna make our way out of here. We're gonna look at a few things on the way out, and if you want to see more details, then you're gonna have to watch the video I'm gonna upload soon. So go to my channel, subscribe, look for the Beale Air Force Base video that I'm going to put up where we'll look at some of this stuff way more closely. Thanks for hanging out, Mark. I think you were the first one here. I got to make sure to let everyone know thank you for showing up. I don't get to live stream very often, but today was different. I figured, let's do it. So you're gonna get a video and you're gonna get this live stream. Guess what? The admission to this is free. Okay? Free. See the snipers on the roof? Keeping everybody safe. They're on the top of all the roofs too. Oh, I just got a lightning notification, probably from that cloud right there. And here we go. It does smell like stinky old jet fuel out here, that's for sure. It's kind of toxic smelling. It doesn't really smell like gas that you put in your car. Jet fuel is a little, you know, stronger. So I'm going to keep this stream going for about 5 more minutes as I make my way 2 miles back to my car, deep in the parking lot. But you can see a couple things here on the way out.
We would like to thank you for being with us today on the show. We hope you enjoyed the free book and boat.
There are tons of vendors here. If you're in the neighborhood in the future, you should consider coming to this. It's free. You just register online for a free parking pass. And once you have your free parking pass, that's your admission. So free. And again, this line to get inside is insane. It's so people-y. What a fun thing for the kids to do, though, right? This kid seems like he's full of knowledge. Here's the U-2 spy plane. Flies over my house quite a bit. I live probably 20 miles from Beale Air Force Base as a crow flies. So I get quite a few U-2 spy plane flyovers. They have a very unique sound. For some reason, the Hyatt Vacation Club is here. I don't know why. What they have to do with aeronautics, I have no idea. I don't want to show you guys too much here at the end of this little live stream because I want you to watch the video. I'll probably get it uploaded tomorrow or the next day, where you'll get to see a lot of this stuff up close. There's just, so many of you here. I don't want to just dump you off if you didn't have anything else to do but watch this live stream. So I think for $200 you can pay to go into what's called the flight deck, those white tents over there, where you get like shade, water, and you don't have to like talk to the general public. Beer gardens everywhere, snow cones, beer gardens. I saw some lady with macaroni and cheese, hot dogs. There's a ton of food. There's a ton of drinks. There's a ton of security and a ton of police. We have some shade tents set up over here, as you can see. there's some people in there enjoying those, especially people with little kids. I can hear it, but I don't see it. Alright, so that's going to be it. The 2025 Beale Air Force Base Air Show. I'm signing off. I'm going home to sit in shade and wait for this thunderstorm to bring some rain. You guys have a super day. And as always, happy trails.